and welcome Masala viewers and readers. Today I have such a special guest with me. It's Selina Jaitley all the way from Austria. Thank you so much, Selina,
Hi,
for
Rekha,
joining.
dearest. How are you?
Yes, good as good can be. And so lovely to see you. Dubai misses you for sure.
Oh yes, and I miss Dubai and everything about Dubai and all my friends and definitely miss our many liaisons and our many conversations.
Well, thanks to Zoom and app, at least that way we can bridge the gap, the technology
Yeah.
gap. But yeah, it is what it is. First and foremost, Selena, season's greetings to you. Hola, what do you call it? Hi. What do you
Thank
say for
you
a
for the season's greetings. That's amazing.
So how's it
Oh.
been? So many interviews, one after the other, and like everyone seems to want a piece of Selena these days. The last 2, 3 days I've been seeing.
Oh, it has been a seasonal extravaganza, though in very dire times, but it has been certainly a seasonal extravaganza. Well, Season's Greetings, Lekha is released now on ZEE5 and it is available for everybody to view. It's been getting phenomenal reviews from everyone, and me and my director Ram Kamal Mukherjee are over the moon with the response to the film. One of the best things about Season's Greetings is that it comes with many messages and it explores so many different diasporas of relationships. And for me, one of the most important or beautiful aspect of this film was the mother-daughter relationship. Because when I did this film, it had just been almost 1.5 months since my mother passed away. And this movie was a validation of the fact that there is some divine intervention, because one of my mother's last few wishes was that I get back to cinema.
Wow.
And I was very, very shattered at that time, and I just delivered, and we had also lost, unfortunately, another child, and I was still breastfeeding Arthur, and it was like I was even expressing on sets, and it was like really crazy. But Ram, when he narrated the subject to me, I was so engrossed that I just parked the car in the wrong place. It was somewhere near Dubai Mall. And I remember we ended up paying. After that, I said, no, let's go and pay our fine, because I have definitely garnered a fine here. And then we went and paid the fine. And Ram, that's how Season's Greetings, the story of Season's Greetings began. And when Ram said that, this is a movie which explores a very different aspect of a mother-daughter relationship, I knew this was a sign from above. I knew it, that this was a sign from above. And that's how we went forward, and we went on ahead and did the movie, And yeah, rest is history.
I know. And it's great because of the medium, it kind of lasts forever, essentially, because of the digital medium, isn't it?
Yes, absolutely. And most importantly, it was very important for me as an actor, to do a film which really showcases my talent. It was very important, and I trusted Ram with it. Ram is a award-winning author. He's an award-winning director. His last film, when I watched Cakewalk, which is with a very dear friend of mine, Aisha Deol, I was amazed at the different aspects of womanhood that he explored with Aisha. And I loved that film. I thought it was such a celebration of being a woman and woman power and empowerment on different levels. There is a silent empowerment, and I love that about the film. Yeah, that empowerment does not necessarily be placards in your face. Yeah, so that was a very beautiful film, and that sort of made me realize, and all the signs that were coming, and there were a lot of unspoken words left between a conversation which was started and left when Ritu Da passed away. So during that time also, there was an unfinished conversation with Ritu Da during his, just before he passed away. And we were supposed to work together. And I was that time also in Dubai, almost about to deliver my first set of twins.
Wow.
And suddenly Ritu Da passed away, and then that whole wish of working with a legend, and I was like, it can't be. I've always imagined that I've worked with Ritu Da. How can it be that, this amazing person who has done so much for cinema just suddenly passes away?
Very sad.
Yeah.
Which movie of
So
his did you like? And I mean, of course, you've seen all, I'm sure, all of his movies.
my most favorite
Yeah.
film of Ritu has always been Dahan.
Oh.
And ironically, Dahan, in English we would say Dahan, or
Yeah,
Hindi
yeah.
we would say Dahan. In Bengali we say Dahan. I saw Dahan when I was in school. And
Oh.
ironically, the character played by Rituparna. Okay, Rituparna played the character of Romita, which is my character, as a tribute to Ritu. It's my character's name in the movie. It is so strange and eerie that I was in love with Ritu's performance. She got a national award for that film, and I was absolutely fascinated by Rituparna's performance in that movie as Romita. And I had no idea that 15, 19 years down the line, I will be playing in a tribute to Rituparna Ghosh, a character played by Rituparna, who is called Romita.
Yeah.
It is so eerie, everything was very eerie. There was a lot of divine intervention in this film.
That's true. And as a Bengali, what did it mean to you? To recreate this very deep connection with Calcutta and the culture there. What did that
Even though
mean?
I love Kolkata and the culture is embedded, and the cuisine and the language and the rich cultural heritage is embedded in even though I'm not a Bengali, but it's embedded deep down in my blood. I was very shattered and broken when I landed in Kolkata because it had memories on every corner of my mother and father, and I just lost my parents. So I was a emotional wreck at that point. I was really at the lowest phase, and I don't know how I shot the movie, but I think the credit goes to Ram. He made it happen. He was there. He understood. He used it for Romita a lot, I feel, and a lot of people see that. Everyone who's seeing the movie is saying that Selena we can't believe this is Selena. We feel she's a newcomer, completely new person, So I guess they see that to some level. For me, the best thing was to be back on a set. Yes, I would say that was what was amazing, to be back on a set, to be in the whole, to be a completely different person, to be in a completely new environment, to shoot in an old Thakur Bari in Kolkata. So all those things were fascinating for me, because that I did miss the humdrum of the sets, the lights and everything. But seeing myself on screen, that is something that I get to see anyways, because thanks to nowadays so many channels, digital platforms, YouTube, this, that, you are all over the place, So if you have had a very long stint in the industry, so especially movies like Golmaal Returns and No Entry and all the Janashee.
But do you watch it whenever it is on TV? Do you end up watching the entire thing, or is like?
Not really, not because how many times will you watch your own? It's that. But there are certain movies which are very close to my heart, which I do watch. If they are running, and if I have the time, I do definitely watch.
And how's work, in the sense that the UN work, how do you manage it from Austria? What kind of work do you do staying there?
I do travel a lot. In fact, I was just in New York at the United Nations headquarters just 2 months ago. So I keep traveling every now and then. And then we have the UN headquarters in Geneva, which is very close by. Also, there is no issue. It's easier for me here in Europe. It was a bit challenging when I was in Dubai. But, my work is such that nowadays we're luckily living in an age of information technology, so it is very, very easy to do something like a online meeting, or create content, be a part of any conference or anything like that. So that is good, and you can travel too. But I think the only issue now, which is a new challenge, is this COVID. So
of course,
it's changed the way how people function forever.
Yeah, that's true. But your Instagram, you post some stunning videos of your locality and those areas. Just tell me about life in that, in the midst of nature, so to say.
Here, high up on the Alps, it is beautiful. A lot of fresh air. People live very simply, and I love the simplicity of life here. We eat a lot of organic food. We eat a lot of fresh food. and I turned vegetarian since I came here. So I've been really enjoying a lot of local produce from the farms here, organic salads and vegetables, and so I'm really great dairy from the farms, directly from the cows who roam the Alps and eat the herbs. So the milk that you get is very delicious and divine, and the cheeses that you get are very aromatic. So I've been really enjoying that. Yeah.
So what would you tell people, say, who want to, I mean, of course, not everyone can leave the busy city life or something. If you want to simplify your life, what would be your advice or tips to them? Even, as I said, not everyone can leave the city or the crazy busy life that we lead, but just to make it easier for us, what would you say?
I think it is very important to connect, to take out time to connect with yourself. That's where you find peace. You can go to every corner of the world, have the best vacation. You can be on top of an alpine paradise or a paradise next to the sea. If you're not connected with yourself, you will never find peace. You will never find calm. You will never find that. So it's very important to once a week, take down some time, write down on a piece of paper, what do you want from your life? How do you want to feel about yourself? How do you want to feel about your relationship? How do you want to, and work on that. Nothing is, half the times we just carry on with things that bother us at the back of our mind, not actively but passively bother us, and we don't wish to do anything about it.
Right.
And it is very important to sit down and take a note, maybe on a weekend, take out some time, go to the seaside. We have great access in a city like Dubai to a lot of beautiful places for free, that you can even go to the desert for some time and park your car somewhere beautiful in the desert during sunset, and sit down on the bonnet of your car and write something about yourself, which gives you a better perspective that what is it that bothers you and how you can fix it.
Do you write notes to yourself?
I do. I started writing a lot of notes to myself recently, and it's helped me a lot. I have a clearer perspective of what I want from life, what I can do, and most importantly, you're really surprised about the number of things that you want to accomplish and you skip doing them because you forgot about them, or there is some stress or the other. So much goes on in your life. There's kids, there's work, there's emails, there's this, there's that, there's tax returns, everything keeps bothering you. So you tend to sort of skip these aspects of life, and they keep psychologically at the back of your mind bothering you, and you don't even realize, why am I irritated, why am I bothered? So it's good to do that. I would say definitely do that. Take time out for your body, work out, get in time. You don't have to do this every day, but do it once a week. Fast once a week. Fasting is really good for you. Drink water, do water and juice fast. If you're not comfortable with full fasting, do a water and juice fast, or do a soup fast, but fast once a day. Just touch base with yourself. It has helped me, and I'm just telling you things which have helped me. I'm not a doctor, I'm not a advisor, but I'm just speaking clearly from experience, and these things have really helped me. And if you do have an opportunity to get away to any place that gives you an iota of peace, it may be the mango grove back home in India, it may be the backwaters of Kerala where you live, or it may be somewhere in the Alps, or it may be just somewhere in a small coffee shop in the corner of Dubai Mall where you've always sat down, and that gives you the respite and the peace to just disconnect. Do that, but do that. Make an effort to do that. Make it a routine.
And do you think this kind of this forced lockdown will actually, everyone, that's what the conversation is, that it has forced us to look within, we will change our lifestyle. Do you see that? I mean, you're already leading the lifestyle, the simple lifestyle.
Absolutely. Of course it will change. We need to give more importance to our relationships. We need to give more importance to all the things that we are dependent on others to do for us. We need to become more independent, more responsible for our own selves and our loved ones, than constantly passing on responsibility or hiring responsibility, someone to take care of our responsibilities. Yeah, this is very important. It's a big wake-up call, and it's a very big wake-up call to care for our environment and our lives, and how we look at health and pandemics and war and other things. There are things which are worse than even war, something like this.
Like this.
Shut down the world and economies and things like that. So there you go.
But Selena, you've been one of those, who actually maintain that balance of work and relationships. I mean, the way you've conducted your relationships, your marriage, motherhood, oh my God, it's like, 3 little ones. It's especially for women, who are still that struggling to strive for that balance, because you are challenged. You want to go ahead, you want to achieve so many things. Somehow your personal life and family relationships take a backseat. How do you bridge that gap? What would you say? And at the same time, not compromising on either.
Honestly,
Not compromising.
telling you, I continuously suffer from mom guilt, just like any other working woman. I do that. I constantly suffer from mom guilt, especially when some important thing is happening and you're constantly locked away in your office, working on emails and on phone calls, and sometimes. So I'm constantly. Sometimes you have to travel, and you don't want to leave your 2-year-old behind, and you want to. If you could, I would carry him, like when I go to New York for work, to the UN headquarters, or I go back to Bombay, everything like that. So I constantly suffer from mom guilt, but it is also very important for your children to realize, and for you to know, that if you do not work on in reaching your capabilities and exploring your capabilities and maximum potential as a human being, you will never be able to be a good mother or a good wife or a good friend or a good daughter. So you need to also fulfill your personal passions in order to be a better person at whichever relationship you're responsible for. And so it is self-help is very important, and it's also important for your children to see that what it is. It takes sacrifice, determination, and passion, and commitment to commit to something. Children learn from it. You'll be surprised how much children learn from that. Yeah.
And of course, talking of motherhood, the movie also is that. I mean, as you said, the crux of the movie is the mother-daughter relationship.
Yeah.
How do you see it has changed, especially in countries like India? Let's say when you were growing up compared to how you are.
The amount of messages we are getting in about the dialogues from the film, the small things that you say. Like, there is this dialogue which I say to Usman, my character Romita says, my character is Romita. Romita says, this is getting retweeted and people are putting it as their DPs. So many people, that माँ मुझे email के ज़माने में भी चिट्ठी लिखा करती थी.
Oh.
So a lot of older generation watched the movie since last night, and they have been sending us these, that yes, there was a time we used to write, and now we don't know how to use the email, and we would really much like to communicate, but that whole zamana of chitti dalna and post karna is gone. So we also feel weird in doing that, and this got it struck a chord somewhere, and so it tackles many things. It tackles a lot of things, like it's very difficult for the daughter to deal with the fact that the mother is divorced, and she wants she wants her father to get back together with her mother, but the mother would rather be independent. So all these challenges, which most of the times in our cinema, relationships are all hunky-dory, especially mother-daughter relationships never explored to be turbulent in any way. You still love your mom, but there's never going to be always the water flowing in a beautiful, calm and peaceful manner. There are always going to be highs and lows in the relationship. This Ram has tackled this beautifully in the film, and a lot of people all around the world are taking, especially the critics, and we are so overwhelmed because they notice these little things, anecdotes and details which catch on to relationships and people.
Yeah, that's, of course, it's about relationships and the ability to bring that to the screen and make the audience feel a part of it too, isn't it? That's a challenge. So in your opinion, which are the other mother-daughter relationship movies that would you recommend? Have you watched like anywhere, like not just in Bollywood, but anywhere?
Actually, nothing comes to my mind as of now, to tell you the truth. It is a very good question, though. I will think about it, and maybe I will Instagram it to you on your ID for all the followers to see. But at the moment, nothing comes to my mind.
Actually shows that we have not made
really
enough movies.
Me. Because see, again, our movies have been more about son and mother relationships and son
Absolutely.
and father relationships.
Absolutely.
You never see movies about daughter and mother relationship, because that is completely sidelined. You know, ridiculous. So this is one of those attempts. You know, this this movie plays a unique part in the healing of the world in many ways, I feel. So in its own simple and understated way. Yeah, and also keeping you safe and entertained safely within your homes.
Yes.
So yeah,
and it's all said in 45 minutes, right?
Yeah, it's all set in 45 minutes, so quick and easy, and you will enjoy.
No.
And it will leave you with a smile. It will leave you thinking. That's for sure.
Especially, I think women will relate to it a lot more. Especially women who share close relationships with their mothers and siblings, and like just basically people who believe in deep relationships and share.
So I hope that you watch it before.
I am definitely.
That please you watch it, because your feedback as a friend and as someone I've known for so long, and with your expertise on cinema, would mean a lot to Ram and me. And absolutely. I really look forward to what you thought about the movie. And thank you for giving us 3 stars. We really appreciate that already from Masala. And I just want everyone who's listening to us that they definitely watch the movie on ZEE5. It is there, and if you like it, please do leave your comments and your feedback on my Instagram at Selina Jetli Official, or at Lekha's Instagram or Masala Magazine Instagram, and we would love to take the conversation from there.
Absolutely, I'm watching it, and then having a conversation will be even more fun.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Thank you, Selina. Thank you so much. Really looking forward to
it. It's so lovely to see you and chat with you.
Yes, and looking forward to seeing you more often.